What is a data center? It is a room or large building used to hold in a lot of electronic equipment. That keeps all the information in an organization is located, that have the necessary to safeguard customer information. Is also a specialized structure where externalize and ensure the availability of inter-equipment storage and processing of information of small, medium and large enterprises. Data centers are essential to develop the business activities of enterprises, but often are the great unknown within organizations. Companies use a data center for business continuity. Often, their applications are critical and cannot stop working, for example, billing systems, management of email, critical business applications or customer care. See the importance of a data center in the next video.
Business IT has many parts. Just like an orchestra, the challenge is to bring out the magic of each instrument, yet weave them all together to sound as one. IT used to support applications to mostly on-site employees for business hours, playing internally only. Today, IT has to deploy more apps to a more mobile workforce and increasingly to external customers and partners via the internet 24/7, now playing to an audience. IT has been turned inside out. Downtime now results in lost revenue and poor customer satisfaction. This plays out differently, but most businesses find that the answer is to leverage the shared facilities and skills of a great data center, a great concert hall and orchestra if you like. Most start with a computer room in a building designed to house people, not IT equipment. As IT grows, so does power to run and cool the servers, and before long, expensive dedicated power equipment is required. To simplify, you virtualize, packing lots of computing power into a small space. Add the ever-expanding data storage, firewalls and routers, resulting in more heat and more cooling. Your music is being limited by your environment. Power, which can cost as much as the equipment over its life cycle, will cost 40% more by 2015. To manage cost, we must become energy efficient. Power usage effectiveness, PUE, is a multiple of the total power used by your IT equipment. Typical computer facilities use more than twice the power required. A very efficient facility is close to the 1 times target. This is compounded by carbon tax, so to get high availability, you look at building an in-house data center. On top of the build cost, it's 2 times everything: power, cooling, UPS, diesels, no single points of failure, plus maintenance, plus staff 24/7 and security to protect it all. Then something happens and you have to move. Ouch! The final straw comes when government, industry or major contracts specify a level of certification, resulting in more investment in systems, staff or external support cost. There is a better way. Make a world-class data center your IT hub. Co-locate your existing servers into the data center, leveraging scalability and environmentals, energy management, connectivity and security. Now your IT is secure and your business can adjust as needs dictate. So what does a world-class data center operation look like? This is the baseline for any world-class data center. Is it a good location and facility with on-demand support from a simple pair of hands to engineers? Does it have optional shared services like storage, data backup and even cloud services should you need them? Next, look for a PUE below 1.5. Which means the whole facility is designed to reduce energy cost and carbon footprint. That probably means a tri-generation on-site energy facility. The top tier is independently audited certifications like Uptime Institute Tier 3 for availability, ASIO Intruder Protected for security, ISO 27001 for processors, and PCI for payment gateways. Good indicators of your future service experience.
A data center is a large group of network computer servers typically used by organizations for the remote storage, processing, or distribution of large amounts of data. Modular design, an approach to data center designs that implies either a prefabricated data center module or a development method for delivering data center infrastructure in a modular, quick, and flexible method. A data center layout includes a floor plan, cabling, power, and cooling. A raised floor is a data center construction model in which a slightly higher floor is constructed above the building's original concrete slat floor, leaving the open space created between the two for wiring or cooling infrastructure. Room to upgrade. From evaluating your data center operating temperatures, from upgrading servers.
Engineering. Engineering is made up of the UPS. The UPS is uninterruptible power supply. They are there to protect your IT equipment and keep your network from small power outages. You may have a large generator on site for backup power, but with small power outages that last 5 seconds, your generator will not start, and your equipment will turn off and you'll lose your data. The UPS is there to keep your equipment up during these situations. Backup power, there are generators that are recommended just in case there's a power outage past 20 minutes. The size of the generator varies on the depending power load for your data center. It is always best to plan for more of a powerful generator just in case, and if your data center needs to expand. The air cooling system. There's 2 types of air in the air cooling system, hot air and cold air. You do not allow them to mix at all, as there is hot aisles and cold aisles in the data center. Hot air will be expended outside of the servers and be drawn up into the false ceiling, where it is drawn into the air cooling system, where the air cooling system shoots out the cold air under the false floor to cool the cables and the servers. Fire suppression. Unlike a normal office, you do not use water to fight fires, as it will destroy your data center. It is recommended to use gas like an FM200, which just displaces the heat and oxygen of the fire, which will then extinguish the fire. The benefits of a gas system is there's little cleanup to get your data center back up and running. There is also a new firefighting system, which actually decreases the oxygen level inside the data center to 16% to not allow the fire to start at all. Physical security. Housing the credit card information, personal information of all your customers, the data center needs to be protected not from just digital threats, but from physical threats. Install a 10-foot fence with razor wire and 1 gate that is protected by an armed guard at all times. Have at least 100 cleared space around your building that will allow you to see any intruders. Install cameras and at least a 2-factor authorized entry system to access your building at all times. Firewalls. They are to stop most intruders from entering a network from the internet. They are the most vital part of security for your data center. Servers. The average server has 64 gigabytes of RAM to hold all the virtual memory. Google has 900,000 servers to hold all the traffic it handles, and the NSA has a data limit of 5 zettabytes. Physical servers are being replaced by virtual servers to reduce the mandatory storage limit. The intranet and internet. The internet requires for a data center to have at least 1 terabyte per second speed to handle most of the data center's incoming data and outgoing data. Cables under the floor. Make sure all your cables are labeled so you can keep track of them in the data center from each connection point. Also make sure you route the cables under the false floor so the cool air from the air cooling system can keep them cool and not have them start a fire. Backups. You can either keep a physical copy on physical disks such as SSDs or hard disks, on tapes, or use the cloud to back up all your data. Always make sure you have a copy of your backed up data just in case there's a power outage or you get hacked and all your data is corrupted or your backup's corrupted. So either keep 2 copies of hard disks or use the cloud service. How data centers relate to you. In New Zealand, an airline system affecting 10,000 people was not able to fly out of the destinations because the data center they were using generator failed and they would no longer access the reservations. Comcast. There's a good chance in Comcast that you've lost your internet and TV service. That is most likely caused because they're trying to do too much service without upgrading their data centers. And think about not being able to use a debit card at the gas station, because the gas station is connected to a data center. If the data center goes down, you cannot use a debit card or any credit card at a gas station. Keeping our data centers running and protected is vital to our new digital age, as everything we use and have is connected to the internet in some way.